Hello, IK here. Welcome to JavaScript Engine Developer Continuous 6. Here is a wide uh, image of the translation from high-level language to machine language. High-level language in virtual machine. JavaScript Engine Developer must create a translator, compiler or translator, which will translate high-level language to virtual machine language. And after that, must create compiler or translator from virtual machine language to assembler. It is implementation to assembler of concretely hardware, and from assembler to machine. And when we have assembler, we have a machine language. And of course, there is a compiler from assembler to machine language. Assembler is a program of concretely hardware write in assembly language. Okay, it is all about what take care JavaScript engine developers. But for this video, I want to speak about that machine language. Okay, statement by statement, from high level, go to virtual machine, go to assembler, go to machine language. Machine language go to, it is in memory, go to processor take statement by statement. But what happened with the would be calling in program when we call a function? When would be called a function created separate place in memory. We call it stacks. It is a place for a function always, for every calling of function. Why? Because function must be created with more, must be created at first like reference of function, and open territory in stack. And in that reference of function go subfunction, attribute, parameters, state, props, variable, all it must go in that stack. And we have like this plates. We have there is a process of push stack by stack, like plates by plates, and in some restaurant. And if that function, there is a child, again, a child in React, there is a lot of function because every component is function, but the child component is function, grandchild is function, and can be very, very deep. And all that must be push to stack, always top, always giving on the top. It means that first we push on the top of the stack, go reference of function, and after that push variable, state, child function, grandchild function. And it is always, we always can push stack by stack only on the top, like plates in restaurant. But when waiter taking plates, taking from top again, it is pop up or pull. It means that first go in, last go out. First in, last out, last execute. And when we have that growing of stack, and when growing finished, when we have on the stack every members of function family, begin execution from top, and we have pop up from top. It means that last child, grandchild, grandchild, that execution go from last push, and it means that in component first execute, first render a child. Of course, before child would be rendered grandchild if exist, and it is recursive execution, and because of that we can have very big stack. We can have stack what expand in all space of memory, what is possible in memory, what is free in memory, and after that, if need more, it is stack overflow. There is no place in memory more, and it would be happened if we have a deep hierarchy of child, grandchild, grandchild, etc. in some component. Okay, it is a stack in execution. It is a function execution, and in React application, every component can be functional and is functional. Can be also class, but I use now, and we use a functional component, and in that functional component we have hooks, use effect, use state, and we have use selector, use dispatch, and every of that function is a child of functional one, can be child of one functional, and would be at first on the stack growing, and after that recursive executed. Because of that, we don't execute use state if we don't, for example, post, if there is no changes of post. If we have use selector for constant post, state post equal use selector, and it is a post from Redux. It is properties of state in Redux, but also we have error and we have status. If status changes, would be only call on the stack status function use selector, not use selector of stack of post, and not use selector of error. And about that, take care process of reconciliation. In that process, there is an algorithm which take care that we don't have re-render or call function on stack if don't need it, if there is no changes of that state. And in that process of don't permit to execute some function inside of component, we have hook use memo and use callback. Use memo and use callback. That hooks we use for memorize. Memo for memorize, for example, some big calculation. And every time when we have a rendering, that we have again calculation and calculation, but we don't need it. We use memo that memorize that calculation and changes only when something changes about what depend that calculation. And of course, when we have post remove function, what would be called on click, but post remove, it is connected with when we push delete button, but we can push add button, add new post, push update post, and in any of that situation we change, we will would be changed post and would be re-rendered post list, and re-rendering post list, and on the post list is function post remove, but it is re-rendered because of add new post, because of update, but not because of delete. And we can use callback. Use callback that it means use callback only when we push button delete. Okay, in that situation we must create dependency about depend re-rendering of that function. Okay, it is about JavaScript engine developer. It is a very, very interesting job of developer, because JavaScript engine developer see something very, very interesting, and it is how our thinking, our idea from our head over through in high-level language, and how that high-level language, it is like a novel of in English language, something very, very, very close our language, man's language, and how that language and our idea go to computer and working all that excellent thing, networking, send mail, image, video, all that creation what we have today, social network, all that creation what we have today. Very, very interesting how all that process is very, very interesting, and like all in the life, it is not a hard job, because every complicated thing is a lot of simple thing. And we, JavaScript engine developer, all process from high level to machine language resolve and program, develop over simple part of that process, simple part of that process. For example, when we see that stack, it have a very simple command: push, pop on, push, pop on, and maybe some very little more. And our high-level language, we must, that developer must translate in a low-level language. It is virtual machine, low-level language, and from that virtual machine, low-level, translate in more low-level. It is assembler and machine language. Okay. Thank you for watching this video.